Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Malts and Maples. Have an old fashioned. I am fairly tired out from shoveling some today. A whole lot more of that going to be happening tomorrow here in Minnesota. We are getting dumped on with some snow. Now, not even remotely as much as they thought we were going to get, but tonight is going to be kind of the big night for let's see how much snow we get. Yay! Which means, yeah, just tons of fun. But we're not here to talk about the weather, thankfully. We're here to play some Lands of Galzyr and have everything all set up, and Bumir is ready to go, my polecat. So let's get down to the table and experience the story that we get through Lands of Galzyr. You can see Bumir is down there. Adjusting light source a little bit. So let's get going. First day. Start on Monday. I'm mainly just going to Maratu here. I have one quest to do in Arn, so I might as well pick up the one in Maratu when I get there. But I'm not ready for that yet. We're in the forest, so let's go over to the screen here and get our first bit of story. Frigid flurries slip through the branches of the trees overhead as you struggle to stay warm. While heading down a dirty path in this winter-stricken forest, you spot a bright piece of colorful fabric on the branch of a bush, haloed by tiny footsteps in the snow. If you search, and I do have scent, so I can get +1 for that. I got 2 already for search, just naturally. So yeah, we're going to search. Okay. Well, see if this roll matches how future rolls are going to go. But double I, so that's 6. Scanning the area, you spot tracks. Following them, you are led to a cottage on stilts, with the tracks going under the building. Dropping to all fours, you see a young frog curled up, feebly calling for help. Her dress matches the piece of fabric you found. You help her out of the hole and carry her back to the main road. She thanks you but can barely say more, and is at risk of going into forced hibernation from the cold. Waiting at the main road is a family of frogs on a wagon who are calling for her. They are relieved to find you, and after giving you a quick reward, race off to town to find a doctor. You are confident she will make it and continue on your journey. Gain a prestige. 47. Got no idea what this is. This is a broom. I already have a feather duster. I'm just going to keep my feather duster. And then return the event to the bottom of the event deck. So, already going fairly strong here. Now, as I advance the day here, and I advance the day here, I can move to Maratu, grab this quest here, flip out the next one, which is going to be in Sarawar, This one wants to take me to Arn to join a revolution. Good news, I'm going there. And I can actually continue to Arn because walking through Muratu allows me to pick up the quest. I don't have to stop there. And that means I'm closer. Because now it's going to be another road event. It is Bumir's turn. So, let's see what he gets. This one specifically calls him out. You hear shouts, hollering, and chanting nearby. Wait, are they singing? We believe in you, Bumir. Demiria's great explorer. He's a marble polecat, who's sturdy like no other. A large group of folks sneers, waving flags and banners bearing your likeness. A bowerbird leading the procession gasps when she spots you, but then growls aggressively. Egats, this cat is impersonating Bumir. Flabbergasted, you say you are Bumir. No, you're not. His scar's on the other eye. She points to the flag. True enough. Your scar is drawn on the wrong eye, and you point this out. Well, my grandmother says it's the left. A tiny macaw chirps at you. If you're willy, Bumir, prove it. Quim twat twalt quiff. Climb or convince. So, I have Explorer. That would give me 1. Convince. I have Scent. That would give me 1. I'm taking the hard route here. We're going to climb. I nailed it. Got my 3. Wow. I was not expecting where it's following. So I've got a legendary lone winner following and ancient tradition achievements so far. Gain prestige. I gained 2 gold. That's nice. I was down on gold, so I'm up to 5 now. And I return this card to the library, and I have to read. Still. You crack your knuckles and put 1 foot on the cliff face, preparing to show the crowd what you're all about. Paw over paw, you scale the cliff fast, your grip confident. You hear gasps of amazement as the crowd of fans slowly realizes the higher you go that you are indeed the one, the only, Bumir himself. Getting to the cliff top, you look down and see your adoring fans cheering your prowess. You can't help but strike a little pose before clambering down, landing in another cool pose that makes your fans scream. That was amazing, the bowerbird shouts at you as your fans mob you for autographs and even press some money into your hands. You have a fan club. Cool. End scene. Okay, that was fun to get. And that ends the day. So, again, we are going to advance. And we make it to Arn. Now we have a choice of which way to go. We have the rebellion, revolution, or visit the lighthouse. I want to do the lighthouse, if I remember correctly. Your childhood friend Mons is the lone keeper who runs the Dawn Watch Lighthouse in Arn. I want you to give him the my childhood friend, friend of his life. I must warn you, trespassing in the lighthouse is technically illegal. I know he hides a key outside the entrance and you could use it to get in. So visit the lighthouse. The world is dark and stormy as you visit the Dawn Watch Lighthouse. It is a great colossal work piercing the heavens, looming over both the ocean and city. Mons is somewhere in that structure, and you have to get in and scare the pants off of him. You have to wait for a nearby guard patrol to pass before you approach the base of the great stone tower. Since the tower is part of the military fortifications to protect Arn, this area is under regular watch, and more guards will be by the way soon. A rickety door stops you from progressing inward. You recall Lilo's note, and she mentioned a key being hidden around here for the door, but only an owl could find it in this lack of light. Do we have a sailor? We do not have sailor. We don't have night vision. So I could search or I could unlock. Unlock is better for me than search. Though, yeah. Unlock is better for me than search. Thankfully, I have my flintlock musket that gives me an automatic success because I managed to roll 5 eyes. Been great for search, but as is, I'm going to unlock. I got no fight, thankfully. The door's clunky lock is an outdated design that could easily be picked by the most junior intruders, but it gives you some difficulty to open. The longer it resists you, the closer you hear the guards' patrols draw by. An immense weight lifts from your chest when you get the door open. You bolt inside and close it behind you. To put a little extra distance between you and the nearby guards, you creep up the spiral stone staircases that lead to the upper half. Once you reach the top of the staircase, the upper halls are darker than night. You tiptoe along until you come to a ray of light bleeding out of a cracked door. Peering in, you see a lemming at a desk, nervously looking about. As the wind picks up and whistles through a cracked window, he nearly jumps out of his seat. Just the wind, he assures himself. Not a ghost at all. You look around the hallway you are in and see a folded white sheet in the corner. Do I have the underworld tag? I do. You have proof that you have connections to the criminal underworld. Maybe you can let him believe you are a contracted assassin? That seems extreme. Let's do it. Was that the best use of the underworld tag? Probably not. Was it fun? Absolutely. Stepping into the room, you call out to Mons. "Oh my, who are you?" he stammers. Ominously, you hand him your note and tell him that he has made some dangerous enemies. "I do," he squeaks. You tell him that someone has put a hit on him and his time is up. Shaking, he takes the note and drops to his knees. He begs you not to harm him. "Please, I have a wife and 6 kids." You motion as if you are reaching for a weapon, and he screams his head off in wild terror. You help him up and tell him that Lilo sent you. He laughs and tells you that you got him good, promising to inform Lilo of the amazing job you did. He gives you an item for spicing up the night and for giving him a funny anecdote to tell. So, into the vault. Where's my vault? Nope. Vault. There we go. And then 47. Is this? Did we just pull the same thing twice? It asked us to take 47, didn't it, last time? Yep. A broom. Gonna skip the broom this time. It is available, so I can't give myself a random 150. I guess I'm in town, so technically I could sell it immediately, which would get me 2 gold. So we'll do that. the scene, and we're cruising. Time to go to Thursday. That one's off the board. I mean, once I complete this, I have to head out to Yezdan or Sarwar to get a new quest. I don't have any quests on the board besides the one that I'm going to deal here, which tells me help wanted. To free the oppressed Aran from the yokes of tyranny. Do you value personal rights and freedoms? Help us bring about a new era of equality. Aran's ruling elite families have trampled us common folk for too long. No more should they be allowed to abuse our laws for their gains. It's time for a revolution. Join me and my hundreds of brothers and sisters in the march to end this tyranny. We must put them out of power. Jernan John, the Chicken Revolutionary. Let's do this. Vive la revolution. There's more unrest than you could have ever imagined. Thousands of protesters surround the estate of the Blue Mills, the ruling family of Aran. Pressing tight against the outer gate, the folks are trying their best to climb over and storm the property, but are sternly beaten back with lethal force by house guards. We will no longer let the indifferent rich rule our city. A voice rises above all the other sounds. A rooster bursts from the crowds and waves them forward. We need a government in service of the commoners' interests and controlled by the common folk. The rowdy crowd chants his name. Jernan John. He waves his wings again. Forward, my brother and sisters. We need to get in. Do I have the word tired? I do not. Force or observe? We're going to observe. Fortunately, I don't have that keyword. I don't have force either, so. One success, not great. Looking up and down the line of Blue Mill property, there is one spot that is less defended on the left. Guards are being pulled from it to support the gate. You lead a group of protesters armed with work tools to that spot and break apart the fence. House guards on the upper balcony have a good view of this spot and fire upon your group. You and a few others are hit, but you bring down that section of the fence. Jernan John runs through the breach. This way! 53. Probably not something I wanted, but I'll take it. 3 turns. Am I on Thursday? I think I am. I am wounded. In town, I could pay a couple bucks to get it gone faster, but so be it. The guards fall back to the mansion's front doors. The whole of the protest moves into the perimeter, trying to get through the front and side doors. At the other end of the property, the house militia from other Aran ruling families storms the palace's rear. They wear the gray emblem of the Castermang family, older than the Blue Mills and wishing to implement new policies. You could help the citizens take control, or you could give a different house a chance of ruling. I am not sure for this one. We're already with citizens. We're going to continue. The citizens of Arn have grown tired of the effective oligarchy. Blue Mills, Castermangs, it doesn't matter. No more ruling families of any kind. Do I have the populace? No. Intimidate the guards, unlock the side door, pay the guards to go home. Do have one automatic success for unlock and for intimidate. I got the money. I don't have the money anymore. I'm down to 1. But that's worth it. The house guards at the front have uneasy looks when you flash gold to them. Daringly, you reach forward and put it into their pockets and tell them to go home to their families. They drop their weapons and ditch their posts. You did it! Jordan John cries, it's over! Jordan John and his rebels inside the mansion before the Casterman forces have a chance to move in. Instead of fighting for it, the Casterman troops leave peacefully. The protesters erupt in a sea of cheers as the Blue Mills sign a document renouncing their leadership and leave Jordan John to set up a fledgling democracy for the city in its first election. Gain 2 prestige. Return card 9. So, almost hit end scene. What I meant to do is here. So, this is 9, also known as card 74. So, 74. It's going to go back in here. $236. Winter. We have the Market, Resistance HQ, and Docks. Take 303. And place it in the back of the quest slot. I doubt we'll make it to it, but we'll have to see. That allows us to then end the scene. So this map has changed. We advance to Friday. And now, I got nothing except to move twice. I mean, I have to go to Yezdan or Sarwar. Sarwar is clearly further away than Yezdan. So, let's see what happens here in the grass country. Wow, if it's Bumir's turn. Back to back. 351. Today, it is as if the world is mocking you. Everyone bends away from you, holding shrunken and stooped postures. They continually move to assure that one of their eyes is always hidden from you. Conversation with them is impossible. They hiss the name Bumir as a curse and mumble the same dismissive phrases folks pelted your father with when he was exiled from Rheinstum. No location is tolerable to stay at, as every piece of metal seems to hold a horrific edge to it. No matter where you stand or look, pointed objects are aimed at the shut socket that once held your eye. For your father's words, it feels like the whole world is conspiring to punish you by taking your remaining eye. So my items go face down. I do not have the Serene tag. Endure. Endure. Or Recall. I mean, Endure is definitely better. And just barely. Unless... No, didn't get any books. Troubled Sleep, huh? I guess this is probably the way to get some of these as you do your personal ones. With folks gesturing to your eye and all the steel in the world pointing at it, you do your best to ignore everything. You continue marching on with your face covered to avoid looking at anything sharp. Folks around you whisper about your family's shame. Peeking between your paws, you see a shining door to your innocent childhood. You endure the cruel mockery of the crowds and run through the door. Your eyes flutter open, revealing all this has been a potent nightmare. This harrowing experience, while leaving you shocked and uncomfortable, has given you a determined outlook on life. You will strive to do better, work harder, and set yourself further from the hardships of the past. 54 and 62. And 269 goes back to the library. So first, let's put 269 back. And then 54 and 62. All right. '54 is shocked. So I'm stunned and weary. That's great. Thanks. So I can't use skill marks matching that check. That sucks. And then 64. Come on, be something good. 62. Determined. Resolute and upbeat. In any skill check, you may discard to get a success. If you are afraid, discard to return it. I am not afraid. I'm stunned and weary. That one I forgot to put back in the library. I don't know that I could get it back, but slot it into the library. Saturday. Can move to I'm going to move to if the adventurer is shocked. I'm stunned, not shocked. That is grasslands. So we get to face the grasslands event here. $238. A camp of folks is set up beside the road, their tents piercing the white fields of snow around you. You are all working to build a new village here. Sitting at the edge of the camp, a young serval is trying to hide his face under a hood. Approaching, you see that he is crying. What do you want? Surprise colors his face when you explain that you could help. My name is Arno. The rest of the workers think I'm a nuisance and always play mean tricks on me. Oh, I've met Arno before. Today I got a letter from my mother and was so excited to read it. I had it set down to get back and get back to work. And when I was done, someone had taken it. No one in the camp is willing to fess up to taking it, and no one will help me get it back. I do not have the heated. Intimidate or observe? Well, observe is better for me. Ish. Actually, doesn't matter. Intimidate. Yeah, intimidate's better for me then. Because I had one automatic success and got one more. Barely snuck that one by. Hurts when you can't roll the main skill. Working through the camp, you stop and visit every group of workers and intimidate them into telling you about the letter. Rather than fleeing, they flee rather than helping you, and one bear pushes you into a soggy pile of snow for annoying her. Progress is made when you corner a polecat and mink who tell Arno you are bullies. Under your imposing shadow, they apologize and hand the letter over to the serval. The young one thanks you for helping and runs to his tent. Not bad, scaring everyone like that, a gibbon in the camp mentions as he offers you a note. I got a job that would be good for someone scary like you. You accept the paper and leave the camp, shaking from the cold and moist snow you landed in. Gain a prestige. 56. Do I already have 56? I do not. Let's see, is that going to be something good? Probably not. Maybe. We can hope. We can dream. 56, we are freezing as well. This is just a rough go of it this time. In skill checks, the number of dice you can roll is reduced by 2. So we're stunned and wearied, injured and wearied, and cold and weary. Give a random 99. Bending River. I now have something into Shun. And put it to the bottom of the event deck. So because the event deck does get shuffled every once in a while, it means that, well, you have a limited, it might come back up again. So we move to Sunday. Upside is we trash Weary, which I think I forgot to do at least once. So now I'm just shocked. Oh, and freezing. Shocked will be gone tomorrow. Freezing is going to be gone on the very last day. So, let's move up to Yezdan, because I can grab both those quests. Tashun gets a quest, and Hazembi. And these, Reinstum and Shavar. I lost something very dear and close to me. Assistance is in requiring it kindly requested. Fawn and Alpine Marmot. Moving between cities in Galzyr is a pain. I have a solution, however. Just a simple courier service is needed to complete my plan. Olamide the Dodo. And so there's actually nothing here in Yezdan for me. But I could go to the temple. You know what? I'm going to go to the temple. Maybe? Yeah. Let's do it. Temple time. The atmosphere is serene as you climb numerous stairs, arriving to the higher parts of the tower, home of the temples of Yezdin, ones that have been said to touch the sky. You are welcomed by a marmot dressed in a cloak, who bows slowly and introduces herself as Lynn. Is 119 available? Yes, it is. Lynn explains how it's tradition for Bobak marmots to journey to unknown lands and destinations in order to achieve spiritual growth, in addition to meditating daily at high altitudes. There's a meditation group beginning their session soon. Lynn finishes with a worrying look on her face. One of our members, a young apprentice, Jung, left for a wayfaring journey some time ago. Alone. He should have returned by now, but we've heard nothing. I fear that something has happened to him. Behind her, you spot a small stall nearby with the sign, Boutique of Fleeting Delight. I don't have room actually to take another mission. So we're going to try and meditate. No longer have the negative. And meditation is easy. The meditation spot is wonderfully serene. Oh my goodness. That was the right call. Let me continue reading. A combination of the area's natural beauty and careful gardening. It takes a little while for you to really relax and focus, but at the end of the session, you feel really calm in a way you don't think you ever have before. All of your earthly worries and ailments disappear. Maybe the climb was actually worth it in the end. Give a 60 to the adventurer. Inner peace, and it says delay it twice, which basically means I can take it from a 4 out to a 6. Not that useful for me because I have one day after today, but it allows me to remove wearies. So I'm no longer shocked or freezing. 56 and 54 go away. Now, that means I'm much better set up for dealing with this last day. Well, that was Sunday. I failed to move that forward. Now we're back to Monday. And I mean, this has been a lot of traveling this time. Just kind of how it turned out. So we're moving to on a Monday. It says Tuesday. Doesn't help us. We're in the forest. So, final thing for today. For this game. 59. Oh, this one again? So, we search the area. Reveal. 1, 2. I guess, I'm like, why bother rolling? Well, because I think I just barely got a success. Or maybe this was the one I got the stupid amount of successes. I just barely succeed this time. So, I gain a prestige. I get a 54. 54 is one that I just got rid of. Shocked. I'm not going to bother taking that because of the fact that tomorrow is the last day. So like that inner peace doesn't really help me that much. So I end the scene. We advance to Tuesday. And let's wrap this up. This is a faster one. Like I said, well, the big thing is because I do not have the isolated tag. Not throwing a party. I hit 9. I became a legend again. So, end game, I do not. Save and complete. Finish game. There we have it. So this one, I was going to get to why this one was so fast. This one was so fast because of the fact I traveled so much. With all that traveling, it meant that I was dealing with the random event cards. Even though I hit a couple of Bumir's ones on there, doesn't chain as much. Generally, they're one test and done. As compared to like a quest, like when I helped the revolutionaries, that was, I think it had been like 3 tests. And each one of those comes with 2-3 paragraphs of story. So, a whole lot less to read. But it was a fun time, as always. And Bumir, 3 more weeks of this. 3 more weeks of this, buddy. And then it'll be time to retire. What does retiring mean? It just means I'm going to switch games that I'm playing. But hopefully this was fun. Let me make sure that I am all set here. Ooh. So there will be a change next time. As we hit March, we flip over to the summer side of the board. What does that do, really? Not that much, I think. My guess is it changes some flavor text. As you read stuff, it probably refers to warm sun instead of snow, getting pushed into a puddle maybe, and like condition freezing probably isn't available if you're playing one of the summer months, and it knows that, so it won't hand that one out. It might hand out something else instead. But there we have it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was fun to check out. I had fun as always playing it, and yeah, I'm excited for a few more sessions, and then I'm excited to set it away because there's going to be plenty of story and like characters that I haven't dealt with because I'm not that character. So I'm Bumir in this game, which means I don't get to see the story for the other characters. And I like that it gives you enough story, but not so much that you feel like in a single playthrough, or like what it's going to be is 10 sessions, that you have seen everything. Instead, now I get to experience what I get to experience. There's quests early on that, because I didn't have items, I just failed them. And I haven't actually used my unyielding spirit yet, which I should some point in time. That's like rolling 8 dice. But with that, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've had fun with this as well. If you have, if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment. Greatly appreciated when you do that. As well as if you want to know when I go live, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Generally shorter game, half an hour of play, something like that. And then Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Like I said, campaign here. Another 3 weeks after that, I have to decide what I'm going to play next. I have different games like City of Kings, Catharsis that I can see over there, ISS Vanguard, a number of different ones that I might want to check out. If you want to see other content that I put out, you can head over to nerdologists.com. The link is in the description below. As well as then, if you enjoy Marvel stuff, you can check out my podcast, 10 Minute Marvel. But with that, bottoms up.